All right, guys, we are back. We're about to get ready. We're just waiting for the last player from TalkGEEK to get in, and we are getting underway. This is going to be would this be the semifinals of the losers bracket? I think it would be, as the winner of this match is going to be going up against Dignitas, who will then, whoever wins that match, will be going up against not Fnatic, Infused in the grand finals for that cash. Awesome stuff here. I'm joined by Dogbert. Dogbert, are you ready to get this thing underway?
I am indeed. Obviously, you've got to wait for the Geek guys to finally get the last guy in, and we'll be away. But I've got a feeling this is probably going to be the most even game we're going to see today. I mean, these guys are quite evenly matched skill-wise, so yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. Possibly the best one of the night.
I like that. I like even games. They're fun. They're awesome. They're interesting to watch. I'm all for it. So this is going to be pretty good here. Now, in terms of, I guess you could say, past matches, have you, I imagine that you've watched TalkGEEK before. They seem like they're a fairly regular UK team. And then obviously 2FAST4JESUS has kind of just sprung up here recently, but you recognize players from that team. Who do you think is really going to be coming out and shining on this match?
I would like a BF4, but I think maybe 2FAST4JESUS. Seriously, I think this one is really close down to the wire, so I can't really. I'm gonna go with 2FAST4JESUS, but I would love the UK boys in Geek to win, because that would just be awesome. Got to fly the flag for Britain, you know.
There you go. There you go. So, should be an interesting matchup. I'm definitely looking forward. I haven't really seen TalkGEEK play before, because they did play in the Go For this morning, but I really haven't ever watched them, to be honest with you.
Well, the thing is, they get placed against Infused like quite a lot of the time.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think these guys have said they probably played Infused more than any other team. So it must be really annoying for them.
That's good practice.
And I think it is indeed, but I think it might be nice every so often to play a team that's closer to your skill level. And but at the same time, you know, maybe one day they'll impress everyone and take down Infused. But yeah, it must get annoying getting matched up against your nemesis like every single week.
I know the feeling, man. Back when I was scrimming Battlefield 3 a lot, when I was first getting back into the comp, or when I was first getting into the comp, we had to play, I think, Rival, who was the top team in North America at the time. I think for our first two tournaments, we had to play them early on, and they sent us down to the losers bracket. So that sucks. That really sucks to have to play them, especially since we scrimmed them 24/7. So both of us knew what each other was going to do. They had just had the overall better squad. Anyways, this is going to be back on Goldmund Railway, and yeah, as we saw before, lots of rockets being used for both of those teams previously. I would imagine we're going to see the same thing from both of these, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm already seeing an engineer kit out, or I believe it's Frantic. He's running around with an engineer kit, so I think that probably means he's probably going to be using it in the full-on match. So yeah, a lot of teams like to, especially that B house, because man, that house over at B is just so critical to the fence there, and more importantly, just helps so much spotting, and it's a jump-off point to pretty much both A and C. So yeah, I expect to see that building taken down quite early.
Yeah, Grey House, I would imagine, is going to get blown out quite early. Then the B House back behind, you're definitely going to be seeing that get shot out. C House is also one that pretty much goes down almost instantly. You know, on the street side, it's going to get blown out there. You don't really see too many buildings over at Alpha actually getting hit, surprisingly, because those buildings can be fairly critical within a defense, especially if you get that A-B setup. You know, you want to set that one guy down there at A, and he can just cause all sorts of havoc over there if you're trying to go around dorms. So
yeah, and I think the reason why those survive a little longer is mainly because the spawns are a lot more favoured over on the C side. Therefore, you know, a lot of the action is kind of forced between that B and C flag, while A is that kind of more rotation flag where sometimes, you know, we're losing this battle here. Let's just send someone out to A. A is always that flag where it's just like a one-on-one situation. Very rarely is it more than that. And even if it is, it's generally just for fighting over roofs more than anything. So that's why you don't see so much destruction over there.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That makes sense. So in terms of what we're going to be seeing from this matchup here, we did see 2FAST4JESUS being very, very aggressive in the last matchup that we watched. Do you think we're going to be seeing the same thing from either? I mean, does it look like um, is TalkGEEK an aggressive team or are they more of a passive team?
I think we're going to see a pretty much a set strat coming out from both these teams. I think they're going to play pretty much straight up here. They probably think that they're quite evenly matched and don't really want to take any big risks here.
Yeah.
Why hand it over to your enemy when you haven't really been able to, you know, feel them out at all? So you don't really know what they're going to bring. So with that said, I think both teams are going to go for a more solid, standard strategy. Probably a two-man push on C with 3 men going over to A. That is obviously spawning towards the A flag, and then the team spawning at C. I forget, is it China? I'm always so bad at remembering.
No, it's Russian team is spawning over next to C. China team is over next to dorms.
Yeah, man, I always forget it. I wish it was so much easier, just like US versus someone else. It'd be a lot easier.
I don't know why they
Goodness,
have to
it's
put in
Russia
a
and
third
China.
faction. Like, why do you have to put in a third
Yeah,
faction?
oh my god, it really doesn't help. Does
Especially
it?
since it's not gun dependent. You know.
Yeah, it's not like back in BF4 or something. So
Yeah.
I think C spawn easy, hold 2 there, and then send 3 out to B, or just leave 1 behind. But I think we're not going to see anything too crazy, I don't think. But I've said this before and been proven horrifically wrong. So let's see. But I expect Rockets to hit that B house straight off the bat.
Okay. Okay. I'm down for that. That can definitely work. So we are. I guess we're going to be going live on this particular round. We do have 2FAST4JESUS on the Chinese side, and I actually have my my titles correct for once, right from the beginning. So you gotta like that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're going to be seeing a fairly even breakout. We're going to be seeing probably 2 going dorms, 1 up to mid, 2 going down into Alpha Flag, 1 burning, 1 pushing back on the Bravo, and then on the Russian side, we'll be seeing 1 capping C, 2 going down in the Bravo, 1 probably going into mid. Just like always. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this.
Indeed. So, yeah, straight off the bat, it's going to be 2FAST4JESUS starting over on the Chinese side. And there you go. 2 men going out to C, really getting building control, and 3 heading out to A. More being held back by Geek at the C flag. I think that's probably the right decision here. But straight off the bat, 2 kills coming straight in. I think that was Brosev getting them there. And that puts Geek on the back foot as that C flag has been blown wide open now. Is Brosev running a 3-for-1 already?
Yeah, he's definitely looking good. And Dali UK goes down so fast with that RGO impact and just nades everywhere. Look at the kill feed. It's impact, impact, impact. Just kills everywhere with those nades. Spanner will be staying alive though, and he ends up getting the pick up there within Gray House. Looks like Psyche was taken down. Daly is going to be back up, or Dali is going to be back up onto Bravo, but gets taken down as well. So looking pretty good here for 2FAST as they're going to be getting a 2 cap. Pretty close to start. Or 3 cap.
Yeah,
almost.
wow, straight out the bat. And they get the flags they need. They got the B house straight away, and those rockets are already coming in on that house, blowing it open. But that C house as well has been hit pretty hard. But there's a defender on that building going straight down. It's just Kudos by himself and gets 1 with that FAMAS, but eventually gets taken down. And there you go. This is their chance here for Geek to get this AB hold, but there's still Andreas still hanging around, so man, this is a back and forth game already.
Yeah, he was definitely a key player there, taking out 1. Not able to stay up. He does end up getting taken down by Bambi Hunter there. And he is actually getting a couple of pingers there next to Step Up. Oh, beautiful shot there on Step Up. That was perfect. Perfect, but unfortunately goes down by an impact nade. We will be seeing Psyche turning back around. He knows, hey, there's a couple of people into that Bravo house. Will he be able to take him down? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get Bravo house, but that's okay because he ends up getting the guy coming out towards Crate and takes a nade in the face. Not before he does some more damage, though. We should be seeing some res is going to be coming out, but still taking or keeping control of this Bravo flag. So do it quite nicely, I would say.
Yeah, it's interesting start really, but I mean, at the end of the day, for the Geek guys, a second over there at A getting the kill, and that's a critical one because that's really holding down what was a floating flag at one point. But man, look at those spawns in for 2FAST4JESUS. That's 3 guys there. Sorry, 2 guys in there. No, that is 3. They just broke off and went for B. They're giving up this one-on-one here and just focusing on that B house. and that B flag, which, to be honest, is far more important.
Yeah, we do have Segi still trying to stay alive over here onto Alpha. He's been doing a good job here so far, keeping these guys going around and around. And wow, that is some majorly bad glitches there. Unfortunately, A will be going into their favor. C looks like it went into the favor of TalkGEEK here, as well as Bravo here in just a second. So I like the rotations from TalkGEEK. They didn't get pinned down in any one certain spot. We do see Rockets coming out once again, taking out that Gray House, like you were saying before, just being really such an annoyance. And nice job there from Bambi Hunter. Really good switching up, able to take down 1 and 2. Andreas ends up going down. So 163, 155 in favor right now of TalkGEEK, but only by 10 tickets here, as he ends up killing himself. Bambi Hunter. That's one thing you got to watch out for, those RGOs, man. If you hit the side of a wall, you might as well just call it dead, especially if you're already damaged. He's even asking, how did I kill myself? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. But Kuko is going to be out here. He spots out one. That's going to be Psychic. That was an easy pickup. Using that FAMAS, which we saw on Siege of Shanghai. Do you agree with the FAMAS on this map? I mean, this is quite a big map.
I would say no, but I mean, wherever floats your boat, really. I mean, so at the end of the day, a lot of this weaponry stuff is really what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of players switching quite a lot during games, just to whatever makes them feel better. And I mean, it's got a high cycler, right? It does a lot of damage, throws a lot of bullets out there, but I think the Ace is probably far superior. But you know, there you go. This game really close though. No one's really took a strong lead. I mean, it's only 10 tickets right now. That bleed is for 2FAST4JESUS, but man, they're not having a quick time at sea. Eventually clean it up. That's a 3-man kill over on Daily, Sec, and Frantic. So there you go. This is their chance to get back into the game.
It is their chance to get back in the game, but they did lose Alpha right now. Bravo is getting burned down quite a bit. 135, 146. I don't know. Oh my god, look at the nade spam. Did you see that synchronized nade pushing in onto that B flag? That was an awesome little thing right there. Unfortunately, Psychic needs to get out on that Bravo point. We'll be able to finally now. Kuko, the only one left back up over here towards A. He's going to be trying to push up into this building. We'll be able to do so. Nice hipfire spray. I got to say, FAMAS is definitely good at that, and it looks like A flag will be returning back into the possession of 2FAST4JESUS here, as TalkGEEK, they need to be shifting out toward this other flag. They were doing some really good shifting earlier, but I don't know, maybe they just decided that they don't want to do anything about that C flag.
Yeah, I'm just watching Frantic here, pushing on that C flag, using the ACWR, doing a good job, eventually getting caught out by, so I think that was some shooting over from one of the buildings there. But look at that, you can see that Brosev here, he's getting up with quite a good few critical kills in this game, a lot at the beginning here, and trying to sneak that C flag. But look at this, full domination cap for Geek here, and right now with Psychic killing clear off Edwards that's sitting at this B flag, then they'll retain this, and man, they're spawning in to do it as well.
Yeah, they're going to be okay, though. I think that we're just seeing C flag going back to the favor. It's a one-on-one situation right now over here next to B, and I think that they're going to be just fine. Yeah, Psychic goes down. So nice pick up there by Spanner, as well as getting that res for his teammates. Oh, there is going to be one more going to be spawning back. That's going to be Frantic, though, trying to get the kills, and he does, but not before Spawn comes in. And we have another player sitting over here on step up for 2FAST. And I think they're going to be just fine on this B flag, as, yeah, Bambi Hunter getting caught out into the open. It's going to be Dally now as he pushes back in onto that Bravo flag. We'll be able to clean it up, but there's one more back behind. I don't know if he saw him. I don't think he did, and the nade spam's going to be coming in right now. And, yeah, he gets taken out as well. But look at this, more people coming in from Step Up. So nice reinforcements coming in for Geek right now. But are they going to be able to win the fight over here on Alpha?
It's a very important fight, and it doesn't go their way, but man, this game is really, really close right now, but you can just see those spawns in Psychic B and Bambi Hunter here, but the reinforcements are flowing in from A, and they're going to get sandwiched here. They need to move quickly here before the crossfire just murders them. They are putting spawns over on that B flag. Not too sure if I like this, because they are being surrounded here. While this is going on, they have picked up a C flag, but that bleeds pretty bad, and this is a 3-on-2, and it goes all the way for 2FAST4JESUS. And now here comes the scramble back to the flags, but man, I think this is looking pretty good for FAST4JESUS now.
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful pickup there. Kuko did a really good job. Or, I'm sorry, Spanner did a really good job getting a nice two-piece there. over onto Meadows. That really forced out any kind of a possibility for a back rage coming in onto that Bravo flag. So kudos to him. And now Kuko going to be pressuring over here on Charlie flag. And I like this play here, dog. I think that, yeah, you know, at the beginning, maybe they should have been playing a little bit more passive, but the aggressive stance is really tailoring, I think, to their players right now. And we are going to be seeing Kuko holding on over there onto that Charlie flag. It's going to be a one-on-one. Can we have Ed come back around here and save this flag for his teammates?
There's a wipe.
Yeah, okay, so I think he ended up getting taken down. So nice job here. And yeah, so this is not looking so good here for Geek as 2FAST just walking away with it with that 3-cap.
Yeah, and I think I know what the difference is between these two teams. I think the tactics-wise, the Geeks, they're trying to play this very straight up. It's a team-oriented thing. But 2FAST4JESUS are very comfortable in playing a kind of like leaving a few guys far forward here and just try and get kills. And they can rely on people to pick up like 2v1s a lot more than Geek can. And it's really showing in the kills right now. I mean, you look at those kills and you can see like Razer 19 for 9. And they're 16 for 10 address, and they're just able to rely on those kills much better. And with that, you're able to harass that C flag while holding the A and B nice and safe. And there is pretty much going to be how it is going. But there you go. Big spawn over by A, opening up a possibility for a capture there. But man, you can tell the Geek are kind of a bit worried here. Every time they push forward, they lose their flags and they get wiped.
Yes, they do. And there you go. We're going to be seeing Alpha getting pressured. Well, that's fine. Brosif already on the Charlie flag as well as Ed. So nice rotations here from 2FAST43 to 113 in favor of 2FAST as they're looking pretty good right now. We do see Bambi Hunter trying to clean up that last kill. Pulls out that pistol. We'll be able to get it on Spanner. So nice pickup there. Sees another one with that pistol. Takes out Brosif. Nice job there. And now we are going to be seeing that Alpha Bravo cap possibly going into their favor.
Yeah, and they got to be careful though. I mean, in general, like they're doing quite well here. They've got a big lead. And if Geek can just kind of, they've got what they needed, A and B. This is what they need. But they just need to rotate correctly whenever the pressure's coming in, because if they just sit here and try and hold a static A and B, they are going to lose out on one of these flags big time. And then they're just going to be playing like the catch-up game right now. They need to bleed off as many tickets, and this is where that rotation needs to come in. They are going to lose this A flag. They need to spawn in correctly, and they need to spawn in heavy on B and go for that C. And there you go, Psychic picking a big kill there, and look, Frantic going for C. This is what they need, but they've overcommitted to that C flag, and it's all down to Psychic. He goes down, and that has opened up B. And look at that big spawn, two-man spawn at B. And really, Geek there have just fumbled what could have been a chance to take away a significant lead from 2FAST4JESUS.
Actually, Dally, though, he's heating up right now. He's on a 2-killing spree, getting one across map, trying to look for that third one. Saves B flag for now, and he will be pushing back up onto that crate. Can he make it a third? He does. There's 3 kills. Can he make it a fourth? He spots another one out from behind Bravo. Bambi Hunter, though, cleaning that one up with 2 kills for himself. So as it looked grim for Geek, now they're going to be back in that 2-cap situation on A and Bravo. So looking good so far. 26-81. You know, honestly, they can win this if they can just keep their frags on those 2 flags.
They got to keep those rotations coming in. That's what saved for. They took a risk. It paid off quite well. They got the kill because someone stepped up big and got what they needed. But there you go. Once again, the kills are coming in and opening up both A and B. And you can see that static defense of Geek is starting to crumble. They cannot do anything at that B flag. And now they're starting to lose out at A. Now, do they overcommit and spawn on C? Or do they just give up this A and B hold here and try and fight from behind again?
They need to spawn on Psychic. Yeah, they need to spawn on Psychic here.
That kill there on right at the container on Kudos, that's a big one. But look at 2FAST4JESUS. They're just flowing into B again. They know what they got to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be all up to Psyche as he stays alive, but it's not going to be enough spawns coming in. Wow, that was really close there. There was a chance that they could have stayed alive. Unfortunately, they were not. Segi spawns back up. He's going to be re-pushing over here towards that Alpha flag possibly. And another big push coming into B. It still hasn't been capped yet. It's been grayed out the entire time. 15-66. Nobody has the bleed right now. But it does look like it's going to go back into the favor of Geek right now. I don't think they're going to win this game here, dog. But if they can burn down another 30 to 40 tickets, it will be worth it to coming into the second round. And look at that. Another nice nade for Bambi Hunter. Will be be able to clean up one more player. They need to rotate to A. Now, we see a massive push coming in here for C flag. This is their chance to start getting that 2-cat beat and the positioning that they need.
Yeah, it's kind of a race, but look how exposed that B flag is. And when they went for the spawn, instead of the spawn on top of the players and went for random, that really opened up that B flag. And now they're trying to scramble to get it back. But this hinges now on 2 fights, and oh, that is the big one. It goes to Spanner over A, and that is probably going to be the end of this round, I feel, unless a big spawn on Daily can do something crazy here. I really don't think they have that much time remaining. But I think an overcommitment on C has really been the downfall of GEEK in this map, and eventually, there you go, it will be 2FAST4JESUS taking the first round with 53 tickets. But man, what a comeback from GEEK. They came back from a big deficit, and a few just risky plays, but an overcommitment on C constantly left them short, I feel.
I agree. I completely agree there. We did see some really bad rotations and overcommitments coming in at the very end there for GEEK. They had this fascination with C there for a while that really did hurt them. They kept going back for it when I think they should have just pressuring for A. But yeah, in the end there, they didn't have their spawns correct, I don't think. And another thing is that their players, when they should have been waiting for spawns, they weren't. They were being aggressive. I think that also hurt them several times within the match. But if you look at the KDs right here, Kuko, 24 and 16. We have Andreas with 23. Look at that. We have 4 20 bombs coming in here for 2FAST. So that's always a good thing there. 28 and 8 for Bambi Yumner and 23 and 18 for Psychic. So they were definitely holding it down for their team. But you can't be a backpack for the. I mean, we can't have just one person winning it out here. So what do you think is really the key for GEEK to come back here? We've already stated that they are a by-the-book team. They are a very, I guess you say, mechanical team. They have certain things that they do at every point. Do you think that they maybe need to throw that out the window? They need to start playing a little bit, I guess, loose?
Yeah, you know, GEEK impressed me near the end of that round, and Daly stepped up very big at that B flag when I was literally writing them off there because I thought they were overcoming. But there were 2 times there where they really made a mistake, which is they didn't need to leave 2 people on that C flag. They needed to defend that B as quick as possible, and they left it open so many times. And I think learn from a mistake. 53 points ain't too bad. They can still win here, but they need to get that A-B hold, and they need to get it as quick as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. We're going to be starting it back out. We do have a 2-2 split. Actually, we're having a little bit more pressure over here in the mid, trying to get some of those initial kills over onto B. They will be able to pick up Spanner, which is going to help. But Andreas there with the res should be able to pick that up. And we do have rockets coming out for both of these teams. Andreas spots out one on the other side of the wall. He's just going to be waiting for somebody to have a Kool-Aid Man moment, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Sees one coming around the corner. Nice pickup there on the Daily. We'll be taking him down. And now we will be seeing GEEK pushing back up over onto the meadow side of the map. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much, but look at this. A back rage from Spanner.
Once again, a player that seems to always be getting into that A flag and capturing, and that's critical for a team when you're already this far ahead, because even if you do lose out elsewhere, as long as you get a capture here, you're always in danger of being able to get yourself a double cap onto someone, and that's what's happened. You can see Psychic going down over at B, but it's a one-on-one once again with Frantic and Edwards over at A, and that goes over to 2FAST4JESUS, and right now, they are holding this A and B quite comfortably.
Yeah, this is not something that we want to see coming out from the gate. I mean, they really needed to get a quick, I would say 20 to 30 ticket lead to feel comfortable coming into the second round, and we're just not seeing that from GEEK right now. They do have or they're potentially going to get the 2-cap bleed. There you go, in their favor. It's that A-B side. But again, I don't think that they're going to be able to have it on their initial frags when it comes in. They're in the right places, but I don't think they're going to be able to get the frags coming in here.
Yeah, and that's what it all comes down to, and I really need to do something at this, because it is this AP hold that's so dangerous, and that is a trade. It pretty much leaves only in the flag pretty much for 2FAST4JESUS, and this is definitely not what you want for GEEK right now, as they're getting relegated once again to the far corner of the map. And this is just nasty.
Well, not only that, but oh my gosh, coming around the corner, hello, and it looks like, oh, huge blunder here from Geek as they miss Spanner completely, trades out. Nice job from Spanner, able to hold up several of those players, but it did allow them to reinforce over here onto that Alpha flag. Kuko, though, in a really good spot just to get some kind of a back rage going on, should be able to pressure onto Alpha here in just a second. Nobody actually watching for Geek. But they are up on the roof, so it should be okay. There you go. Kuko does end up going down. We do have 2 more going to be spawning back in. Bravo flag, though, going to be getting burned down quite fast here for Psychic. So a 3-cap now coming in here for Geek. So this is their chance, dog. This is their chance. If they can get one more wipe, if they can get a full wipe here, they're going to be back in this game, no problem.
Yeah, that's to do at this point. But, I mean... Geek doing what they can, but there are people behind A, and there's those spawns coming in. Look at that, wide open right now, and that is something that's going to cause them a lot of issues. So even though they had a trip cap there, it all pretty much comes to naught because C is always so open, and so is A right now, and they're stuck once again, just holding onto that B flag as best they can.
Well, I don't understand what Seki was doing. What was his idea? He left Alpha, which in my opinion, even if you have a trip cap, you never leave A. You always leave somebody back at A. And that is what allowed this this cap to come in. Now, granted, he ended up taking out 2 of those players and getting that burn back for his teammates. But honestly, he could have avoided all of that to begin with if he had just stayed there. As right now, we are going to be seeing him back against the wall. Brosif's going to be coming around the corner. He knows that he's going to be sitting there. Seki, though, laying down. Will be able to take out 1. Can he get the second one? He doesn't. Brosif with a nice pickup, and now Alpha is going to be going back into their favor. We should have some spawns coming down here. A nice random spawn coming here for Frantic. Going to be back behind C flag. Should be pulling at least Andres back here. So he is going to be returning back to the Charlie cap. And 135, 163 in favor of Geek. They're looking fairly strong right now if they can just hold it. But again, they looked strong in the first round, and they just lost at the end.
Yeah, but they're doing everything they need right now, and they're keeping on top of those leads, but it's 1v1s that they might start losing out on here. Frantic goes down, and it just leaves them no 1v1. Bambi getting the kill, though, holding that C flag, and this is just what they need to do. Hold this C and B right now, and whenever they can, sneak a push onto A, because eventually C will just be completely overwhelmed by sheer numbers. They need to start rotating quickly, but look at that, perfect spawns coming in over from 2FAST4JESUS. So this is a dangerous moment for Geek, as only Psychic is up remaining, so they're going to spawn on him or go for a random one. If they random, it'll be near C, and if they leave that spawn, that B flag might get taken away from them. And there you go,
yes.
He gets taken down, and that is now wide open. This is very dangerous.
That is a very bad position to be in. Bambi Hunter going to try and push in over there onto Charlie, but Ed's going to be already waiting for him. He knows how this is going to be played. We do have a massive push coming in from behind. We do see Frantic UK going, but we did have a push coming in for Bravo flag. Nobody actually pushing up for 2FAST onto B flag, so they left that completely alone, electing to go for a more safer play as just defending those flags. Do you think that they're feeling a little bit I don't know, worried now, playing a little bit more defensively instead of like they were in the last game where they were just kind of a little bit everywhere on the map?
I think they were pretty much hunting for kills a lot of the time, but they're doing what they need here. Broseph holding down that B flag, trying to do what he can here. Frantic kind of holding that flag as well, but it's a 2-on-2 over A that interests me at the moment, and that goes decisively in Geek's way. Man, that's huge.
How did Psychic just win that fight? That was ridiculous, as we just saw Spanner going down over there to Psychic. That was a beautiful play. We do have a 2-man push coming in here onto that Bravo flag. Frantic was not able to hold on. We have 2 more sitting in the back just waiting. We need to have Psychic pushing up to try and help this out. He trades out, unfortunately. That's going to leave B wide open. Once again, Spanner is going to be able to get that bleed going into their favor. 111, 121. They've evened it up quite a bit here. Remember, Geek has to win by 55, I think it's 55 tickets or 54 tickets or more in order to take this match.
Really comes down to they need to get a good strong lead here and just trying to push it, and they are rotating quite well to do it right now. But the thing is that it always annoys me about Geeks is they rotate quite well to a flags on the attack, but they just leave them wide open, so they're going to lose this A flag here. But Daly, once again, the man with the plan, and he's going to get this B flag, but it was all shut down over at C, so once again they're just stuck with 1 flag. And pretty bad play, but what are you going to do? You need to be strong everywhere. They're big indecision from Geeks, so leaving that B flag uncaptured, and now it's a trip cap. And this is dangerous because if Bambi goes down, then I won't be surprised if this is a trip cap still.
Yeah, this is not looking good for them. I don't know. They're just they're a little bit shaken right now, as we will be seeing Bambi losing out on that gunfight. He knew it was coming, and he still lost out on that gunfight. Psychic also goes down. That is huge right there. I mean, really, that is. It's going to give Bravo to their team. That's also going to allow Charlie Flag to stay into their possession. So we are going to be seeing a trip cap going in favor of 2FAST.
Yeah, this is dangerous, especially when you've already got a lead like that in the previous round, and you're starting to get the kills across the board. I mean, GEEK are going to pick up the C flag, but really that's the booby prize out of all these flags. It's not the one you really want. You want to get the best as possible, and right now, 2FAST are really starting to set up for a very strong defense, holding this A and B and harassing C. And look, Andreas just getting those kills. That's 3 at C. Eventually goes down to C, but the damage is done, the capture isn't there, and GEEK are put on the back foot once again.
Yes, they are. It is just not looking good here for GEEK. 103.74. They're very, very close to that magical number that they cannot get below. And right now, as we said before, they were looking a little shaky at the beginning, but coming back really strong here. 2FAST trying to stay alive within the loser's bracket. And there you go. We do have Ed pushing back up, getting kills all the way across the board. We do have Bambi Hunter, Psych, as well as Daly going to be pushing back up on the backside. Daly actually getting picked out there for Andreas, who is going to be seeing a two-man push coming right his way. There goes Frantic. Can he make it a second one? He does not, as we do have Psychic coming in, finishing up that kill. C and B flag will be going in their favor with 60 tickets left to go. Dog, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, man. This is going to be a very tall order. Only something that we would be seeing from maybe Fnatic or Epsilon, but I don't think we're going to be seeing it from GEEK.
No, not at all, and they need to come up with something huge here, but, I mean, it's getting too close now, and they've got the bleed. They are getting some kills here, but at this point, they can't even spawn in.
Yeah, this is definitely not looking good for them. Psyche trying to stay alive over here within the building. Both of them not getting in. There goes the nade. That should have been able to take him down. And it's 55 tickets to 85. They have 2 tickets left to play with. It is just not going to happen. It's not there, as Charlie Flag ends up getting grayed out. We do see B Flag getting grayed out as well. And that is it. Congratulations here to 2FAST, as they will be progressing within the losers bracket to face off against Dignitas in the next round.
Indeed, so yeah, they put on a good display there. GEEK, you know, seriously, there were moments there where they were doing really, really well, and I feel a few decisions kind of let them down. But at the end of the day, 2FAST were just a little bit too good for them. I mean, they were well ahead in the previous round by well over 100 tickets. So, man, GEEK had a comeback, but just wasn't enough. And yeah, 2FAST moving on to the next round.
Yeah, they definitely deserved it here. As GEEK, unfortunately, they have good mechanics, and they have the right idea. Don't get me wrong, the way they played, I like the way they played. I am a very structured player. In fact, back when I was, you know, on Team Reddit, the way I was taught to play comp was very structured. You have lanes, you have areas that you go to, and that's the way you play. Your rotations are based on, you know, certain thing that happens, but these players do these things. There's a little bit of overlap, but for the most part, it's very structured and rigid. So I do like that that type of play style here, and I think that TalkGEEK, they had the opportunities, they had the chances to do that, but they didn't follow it to the letter. There were certain times where they overcommitted, like you stated, especially over there on C flag. We saw that several times. Or they left B completely wide open when they were trying to get onto A. You know, they need to work on that a little bit, and I think that probably comes down to communication.
Yeah, and also the willingness to leave one person to defend a flag. I mean, C is one of those ones notoriously difficult to deal with because the spawns around C is so regular. So you got to do what you can, and it just didn't really go their way at all. So, yeah, hopefully they learn. They are getting better every time I see them, and really they had moments where they could have beat 2FAST. They just didn't put it all together. That was the only problem.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Once again, we are here for the ESL UK Razer Cup. If you guys want to play in this event, you can absolutely do so. You need 2 people from the UK in order to sign up for this event. That's right, only 2 people from the UK. So if you have somebody from Australia, Africa, and Antarctica, hey, that's fine. As long as you got 2 Brits, you're all good. And you can play for €100, and I believe the grand prize for the very last tournament is going to be 500 spread about the top 3 teams, I think is what was posted there. So cool stuff there. You got some really good competition. Welcome all teams to come in. Also sign up for the ESL Go 4 Cups on Sundays. Those are also free to sign up for, and you got a chance for €100 there as well. So all kinds of good stuff all around. We are going to be cutting to a short little break here, guys, and we will see you here in the next round. Dignitas facing off against 2FAST4JESUS. Is Dignitas going to be too much? I don't know. We'll find out here in a few moments.